Step 3 of solving the Rubik's Cube is what you want to do is take this, the color that's solved, and put it on bottom. That's going to be there for the rest of the solve. Now what you're going to do is fill in these 4 edge pieces in the middle layer. So, starting off, if you're going to look in the top layer for an edge that does not have your top color. So here we have the green and the red, and we are going to line the green, or what colors ever, on the front, not the top, on the front, up with the center. So green and green. Then we want to take the 2 colors, green and red, and we're going to want to have one on the front and one on the right. Now the edge can be either in this spot or in this spot. In our case, it's here. So what you're going to do is U prime, F prime, U, F, U, R, U prime, R prime. And that put that edge in there. So now here we have the blue and orange. Blue, orange. It's on the right, so we're going to do that again. Here we have blue and red. Line blue up with blue. Blue, red. And now, in this case, it's on the front, not on the right. So we are going to do U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, U, F. And that will get that edge in there. And so now, you're going to do that until all the 2 layers are complete. So, let's do it on here. But sometimes you'll run into a case where the edge is flipped the wrong way. Like this one. This should be blue and red, not red, blue. So what you're going to do is you're going to do one of the moves to get that edge out. Just line it up and do that move again. And so that's in the correct, do the correct move to get it into its place. Blue and red. Green, red. So now you have the first 2 layers complete, and that's step 3. Alright, on to step 4. In step 4, what you are going to do is similar to what you did on step 1. You are going to build a cross on the top layer. But if we just took a piece, like say here we have the blue and yellow, moved it down, lined it up, that whole thing, that would mess up the bottom layer, and we don't want that. We want to keep the bottom layer. So there is a way around that. So what you're going to do, well, first off, if none of the edges are facing up like this, then this is like the starting point. If none of the edges are facing up and all you have is a dot, ignore the corners. If all you have is a dot, then it doesn't matter like where the top face is, like which way it's rotated. You are going to do F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And if you have the dot, that should have given you this little L. And once you have the L, you are going to want to put it in the 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock position. Do that again. And if you had the L, you are going to get a bar. You want the bar in the 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock position. You are going to do that move again. And you should now have the cross. So let's go ahead and do that on here. We have the L, 12 and 9, bar, 3 and 9, cross. And now that you have the cross, you are going to move on to step 5. Now in step 5, what you are going to do is get this face all one solid color. So, you are going to have an empty corner here, which means it is not the same color as the center, or these edges. So my center and edges are yellow, this is orange. That's not right, so this is an empty corner. And we're going to do this. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. Now that should have changed the position that the corners were facing. Now you're going to do that until you get into one corner that is correct. These three are empty corners, so they are not correct. Once you have one, you are going to put it in the front up left where you had the empty corner to begin with, and you're going to do that again. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And, well, that doesn't look like it did anything, but it did. You're going to take this corner, which is the only one facing up, move it back into here, and you're going to do that again. And now the top face is all a solid color. So let's do that to this one. This one's fairly simple, because I already have this corner. These three are empty. So I'm just going to do that move. Alright, now the top face is one solid color. Alright, for step 6, you are going to want to you're going to want to permute the corners, which means you want to get them in their correct position. So, we're going to, no, it doesn't matter. So, when you're looking, you want to look for two corners that are correct. No, 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 yes, because red and red. Green doesn't go with orange, blue doesn't go with green, and orange doesn't go with blue. So these two corners are correct, because they are paired up. You are going to want to take these two corners and put them in the back. So now they are in the back. And you are going to do R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2. And if you only had one set of corners that were correct, now all four of them should be correct. If you didn't have any corners that were correct, now you should have one pair. If you have one pair, then put them in the back and do that move again. So we are going to do it here. These two are correct. Put them in the back, do that move. And so now all you have left to fix is the edges. And that is step 7.